doesn't work. Of course it's not hooked up. There's my compressor. What happened when the contact's closed?
Completed the circuit.
I completed the circuit. In other words, the contact's closed, I completed the circuit, and I provided how many volts to the compressor to light up? 120 volts, right? Because the sum of the voltage drop is equal to the
Line voltage.
That's right. Source voltage. All right? So if I place my meter across there, what am I going to read? Okay, you got to get that, man. I'm telling you, that's the most important stuff. Because I have guys that do this. They troubleshoot like this to ground. Man, that's a dumb thing to do. That is dumb. That makes no sense to me. You're going to get a reading that's going to fool you, and you're going to say, hey, that's a bad motor. No. No. You have to have 120 volts for that to light up. And if you got 120 volts there, fellas, it better be running. It better be on. Right? Right. Okay. All right, so what did we just do? I'm going to turn that power off so I don't get bit. I'm going to check it. All right, now I don't want you guys doing that. I'm just doing that because I know what I can get away with. So don't be sticking your fingers in or doing what I'm doing. I shouldn't even have showed you that, but
Monkey see, monkey
right.
do.
Monkey see, monkey do. This was really crazy. I hired this new guy and I sent him over to Sears and he was troubleshooting one of the 25-ton commercial units up there, 480. And he says to me, Mr. Daughter, he says, I know what's wrong with that thing. And before I could say anything, he reached up there and he says, you need a new magnetic starter. And he pushed the contactor in 480 with his finger. And there was a big spark when he did that because you have to slam them hard. You use 230 volts to suck the contactor because you want to fast. In other words, 24 volts does this in reality with electricity. It closes the contacts like this. Okay? And when you put 230 to it, it does this. Smack! There's no arcing across the contacts. Or minimal arcing across the contacts. Yeah, so you'll burn those contacts. But he reached up and he says, I know what the problem is. He says, that contactor's bad. I says, no. You got a high pressure, a low pressure, an oil safety switch. You got overloads. You got all kinds of protection on the machine. And he's telling me that's bad because there's no power to it. I said, next, you're finished. I had to let him go. He didn't know what he was doing. All right. What comes next?
Condenser fan motor.
Condenser fan motor.
And I'm going to go ahead and just show the load because I like showing the load so that you know there's something in there. If it's not there, you have nothing, and that's why it won't run. You know that it has a resistive value, right? Okay. Now, based on what you've been taught, Jason, come on down here and wire that condenser fan motor into the circuitry. Based on what you've already been taught. How do you read? Left to right. Sure? You got that right. From left to right. Come on down. Oh, look at there, man. He's got his safety glasses. He's ready. Okay, good. Okay, locate the condenser fan motor. Okay, find the two wires that come out of it. All right, you see what he did? First of all, identify the load. 2, find where the wires are. Or maybe you have to add wires, okay? That's a possibility. Okay, now, read that circuitry. Based on what I taught you this morning, do your next move. Okay, now they're not going to jump up there by themselves and hook themselves up, fellas. You got to make that call. Now you got to make that move. You got to make that decision. Okay, what are you going to do?
See they go feedback or something like that? No?
You just do. Go ahead. You hook it up the way you think it should go. Reading from left to right. Watch it. You got to stand to the side a little bit. Stand aside so they can watch it. No, no, you're standing in front.
Okay.
Side turns the other side. There you go.
You turn the whole thing.
Reading from left to right.
Black wire first.
Good. Black wire first. Good. First start. First move. Go.
Right here.
Contact.
I mean the.
No,
By the
that's
way, I didn't
the
mark it, did I?
T1
Look.
indoor fan relay.
I only talked about the contactor. I didn't talk about anything else, so you should know where the contactor is, right, guys?
Yes.
Do you know where the contactor is, Tom? Yeah. What color is it?
Yep. That's
Is
it.
it the little brown one or is it the great big brown one?
Goes on T1 side. T1 side.
Oh, right here.
Isn't that T1?
Yeah.
All right, okay, sit down. Finish that circuit. You can't do it from there unless you got really long arms. You guys catching on to this? And you just need to be walked through it. How do we do this? How do we interpret this? Okay? You're learning a new language, okay? Find the condenser fan motor. Grab the wire that's not hooked up. What color is it?
White.
Where does white coming out of, okay, talk to me. Where does it come from? Remember how I taught you? Coming from T1. A little louder.
Condenser fan motor.
Out of the condenser fan motor. Let's give those guys a round of applause. Now let's see what happens if we should turn the power on and we should close the contact. How are we looking so far? No sparks, right? That's a good sign. Get some air. We need some cooling in here, right, guys? Okay, looking good. All right. The farther out we get, the harder it gets. What table would like to volunteer next? Ooh, okay. All right, that table in the back. And you guys are next. You guys are the only ones that raise your hand. Okay, so what comes in next?
Indoor fan relay.
Relay.
The normally open side. It's 4 and 2.
All right, come on down. One of you guys. Read from left to right. And we should have some wires out here, right? Don't we have some wires out here? Yeah, we do. Look right here. There's a whole stack of wires. A whole stack of wires. Ooh, okay. Okay, you're going to just put one wire on for me. Reading from.
L1 to indoor fan relay 4.
Okay, do it. Oh, weed, man, I like it. Go ahead and have a seat. Look at there, he did that just like that. Okay, next. Guess what? You're next, Luffy, so start thinking about what you're going to do next. Now, look where he came from here to here. He did this right here. Okay, now you got to come out of the indoor fan relay at terminal 2. Can you find terminal number 2? Find 2. What color wire do you think it needs to be?
White.
Oops. He said white. Has to be
Black.
anything
Any
on that
color.
side of the load is what color?
Black.
Anything on this side of the load is?
White.
Okay, now we're on the same page. Hit it. There's some wires right there. I hope we have enough wires. We may not have enough wires. But we'll see how far we get, okay? I'm hoping we can be done by 11 o'clock. Where's it go?
The indoor fan.
Where does 2 go?
Indoor fan motor.
Okay, let's find the indoor fan motor. Indoor fan motor. See these 2 terminals? That's a ground right there. These are your 2 hot legs right here. Or your power legs. That's where you need to power that motor. Pick one.
You pick anyone?
Pick any one. Doesn't matter, it's alternating current, right?
Right.
No matter what side of the motor we put it on, guess what? That motor's always going to turn the same direction. It doesn't care. You'll learn why later on. Why it doesn't care how you hook it up. Okay, let's see if that's right. Hey! By golly, very good, Anthony. Was that difficult?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. What are you learning so far? What are you picking up on? That we do what?
He works from
schematic.
Read left to right, and don't look at the rest of the picture. You take it what?
One step at a time.
One step at a time. You guys with me? Okay, so what circuit are we working on right now?
indoor fan motor.
Indoor fan motor circuit, okay. Loopy, you're up. Now you got the hard part. You should have volunteered sooner.
I know.
I know, yeah, I know. Okay, now, he's come from here to here, and Anthony just did 2 into the fan motor, through the fan motor, out of the fan motor to neutral. What color wire you need? Look behind you. What?
Neutral, the white.
There's a pile of wires right there. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, check it out. Okay, here's your indoor fan motor, right? Identify your motor. And there's this one's grounded, and this one's a power leg. Not those, not those. Those are mounted right. See it? Okay. Fire's not on. Not that one.
Come on, look at the
That one over there.
schematic over there.
Okay. Where'd you go? On the contactor it says L2, but it's neutral because it's 120 volts, right?
This one?
You put it where you think it belongs.
Look at the border.
No, that's the contactor coil. That's still the contactor coil. L1, L2. Ah, all of a sudden the lights went on and Loopy's home. Good job. You got it, huh? Was that hard?
Well, I need to learn more about it.
Practice. Okay, what are we doing this morning? We're doing the drill, right?
Yep.
We're getting you ready. How many labs you think are gonna open up on Monday?
2.
You got it. I got 2 of these trainers and 4 of those. Does that put everybody to work?
Nope.
Yep.
Sure does.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right. That was done by Anthony. That was done by Loopy. And we're going to go ahead and throw that crankcase heater in there. Oh yeah, okay. Same thing. Okay, your table's got it. You want to start it off? Get ready for the next move, okay? Reading from left to right. Oh, we are short of black wire, aren't we? We're going to have to dig some up.
Yeah, the numbers on
Okay, we came off. Tell us what you're doing.
Alright, so I'm coming off the hot side of the contactor at L1, right here. I'm using black wire because it is alive. And I'm going to 4 on the crankcase heater relay, which is a normally closed circuit.
Contacts. Normally closed contacts.
4.
K to 4. Okay, pick up. Anybody have a headache from just?
Nope.
You good? All right, good. If your head's pounding because you're saying, man, I ain't getting, man, we're in trouble. It's not that hard, is it? It's not that hard, is it? You're saying, man, this is getting easy.
You're coming off that relay, Daniel, to the crankcase heater.
Yeah.
Okay, look at your schematic. You're coming from where?
5.
Okay, hit 5. Oh, we're not going to use yellow, though. Don't use yellow.
We don't have any more black.
Oh, well, let's find
The black's already there, Daniel.
Okay, let's find you black. I'm sure there's some black there somewhere. Let me reach into my box.
Alright, yeah, so I come.
Oh, it's there already, isn't it? Okay.
5 right here. There's a little 5 on it.
We got a lot of
From
wires.
5 to the crankcase heater.
Okay, 5 to the crankcase. Is you good?
Yeah.
I didn't look at it. Is it right or wrong?
Make sure that it's on the right side because it looks like it's below it.
There's a little 5 right there.
There's 5 right there. You're right. That is 5.
Is the spade to the right of that one 5 as well, or is that a different contact?
I was trying to mess me up.
Seeing it. Just a second. One. So this is 1. This is 3. This is 4. This is 2. This is 5. So we are
Good.
good. Oh man, Dexter, you got the hardest part of this whole thing. You poor guy. How does that always happen to you?
Yeah, I'm coming to the crankcase heater, and I'm going from the neutral, and I'm going to L2. Then I will come up.
Okay, now check out what's going to happen now. You guys ready? Uh-oh. 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 Jose, why is the crankcase heater on? Shh. He's got the question. What's the price of wheat in Russia? Who knows, who cares? You give?
Yeah.
You serious? You're gonna give?
There's no
We haven't even started twisting your arm yet.
there's no current going into the compressor.
No. Dexter,
It's a normally closed contactor.
I asked you, why is the crankcase heater on? Because we have a normally closed set of contacts that completes the circuit to the crankcase heater, okay? Now, if the contacts were to close here, what would happen?
It will turn off.
Will the crankcase heater turn off?
Yes.
Let's find out. Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet. We're studying what's just in front of us now, based on what information you just have in front of you. When I push the contacts in, did the crankcase heater turn off?
No.
What it's supposed to do is turn the crankcase heater off when the compressor and the condenser fan motor turn on. It turns off, and when these guys turn off, that turns on. The reason for that is to heat the oil up in the crankcase to separate the refrigerant from the oil, so we keep our lubrication in the bottom of the compressor and lubricate our bearings. How good is liquid refrigerant for a lubricant?
It's not.
It's not. It's not slick at all. Okay? So you have to use oil as a lubricant, not refrigerant. If you have refrigerant in that oil, we use the term you will wash the bearings. Wash means what? You flushed all the oil out with the liquid refrigerant and you just ruined the bearings. Okay? All right. How are we looking so far?
Good.
How difficult is that?
Not
How was it the first day when I told you about this?
quantum physics.
I'm scared. I had a couple guys tell me, you know what, when I saw that I almost dropped the class. But I thought, well, I'll stick around and just see if I can handle it or not. And they found out what? That they could handle it. It's not that complicated. What are you learning to do today?
How to hook up the circuit.
What? Read and interpret the ladder schematic. Okay? Now you notice all of a sudden the wires, there's a bunch of stuff out there, isn't there? It's starting to get confusing, isn't it? But how do I have you look at it?
One step at a time.
One circuit at a time. One circuit at a time. We're going to go through this thing till we get it right. Okay, here we go. We got to pick the tempo up a little bit. So everything on the line voltage side is completed, right?
Yep.
The transformer comes pre-wired for you. The contactor comes pre-wired for you. And you just have to do the rest in between. Okay, let's go to the 24 volt side.
Get her done, Dex. Come on, you can do it, man. You'll make this look-
You gotta be kidding, Mr. Tyler, is that right? You made it that easy for us? Yeah. Anything on this side, we're gonna use white, okay? But I'm just gonna color it this way so you get a good overview of what's happening. You know what, I can use black, or maybe that would be easier for you. We'll call this white. Everything on this side is gonna be white. And this is the common side. And this is my red, my hot side. And there's my 24 volts, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, yeah. The thermostat is pre-wired for you, but the terminal, rather than pull this apart, I've set the terminal block outside so that you got to take the wires to here. So this is going to be your terminal block. Alright, so. Let's do just this circuit right now. Is that touching that?
Yes.
Yes.
You bet. Don't put, you put it in the middle, guess what?
Check.
Get ready for a big red mark there, because that's not acceptable. It's either in the auto position or it's in the on position, not in limbo land. Now, notice what I've done here. I'm going to go ahead and teach you this correct symbol. That is your 24 volt coil in your indoor fan relay. And what does a 24 volt relay coil? Okay, the only difference between that relay and that contactor and this is the price. No, okay, other than price. You ready? Baby bear, mama bear, grandpapa bear. Okay, you got it? There is no difference. Baby bear, mama bear, papa bear. Right? That's pretty easy, isn't it? Do they work exactly the same way?
Yes.
Exactly. It's just one's heavier duty. This can do more work than that, and this can do more work than that. Now, a relay stops at about 20 amps. Anything above 20 amps is a contactor. And then when you add a heater into it, it becomes a magnetic starter. So the only difference between this and that is that it's heavy duty, one, it handles higher amperage, and it has built-in heaters for the excessive current that it picks up that shuts it down. So it has built-in protection for the motor that it's running, that it's controlling. Okay? We gotta keep going. All right. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't have that on here right now, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Because we don't have it on the trainer. So the high and the low pressure switches aren't in there. You don't have to draw them in there for those. Okay, we got it interconnected, right? So this really in the auto position comes down here and connects to the yellow. Okay, so that powers up that circuit. That's why I painted that green, okay, or colored that green. Okay, What happened when I did that? When I did that little color coding for you? What did that do for you? It tells you a whole lot about what happened. So if I energize this and I move this to the on position, what will happen? I will energize the indoor fan relay coil, right? I'm going to create a magnetic field. It's going to pull the contacts in and it's going to close it, and it's going to do what? It's going to close that set of contacts, and we're going to do what? So this controls that completes the circuit to that. Is that correct? Simply surmised? That's it. Now you guys are probably wondering, why didn't they teach us that in kindergarten? Because it's really just about that simple. Problem is, we couldn't get you to sit still long enough to learn this in kindergarten. Right? Remember you had ants in your pants? Okay, still got ants in your pants. All right. All right, now we got one more thing in there. We got a crankcase heater. I'm going to use yellow because I want a crankcase heater relay. I want to use yellow. Because, why? Because whenever I start my compressor, I want to energize my crankcase heater relay. Whoa, when I did that, all of a sudden, man, what a pretty drawing, huh? What a pretty drawing. Man, is that easy. Okay, let's hit it. We got to wrap this thing up this morning. Okay. Let's just do that circuit, okay? I don't want you seeing all this. Put a piece of paper over it, and we're going to do just this circuit, okay? I'm going to put some numbers up here to make life easier for you. And it's getting prettier all the time, isn't it? Kind of reminds me of Christmas. All right. Okay, so we're going to pretend that's not there, okay? All I want you to see is that circuit. Okay. Did we finish? You got Richard. You got one, right? You got one, Dexter. You guys did it right. Who hasn't done something? Okay, you got it. I'll take it right here. Let's start wiring this thing. What do you want to do? We got all this done, right? So we need to focus on this over here. So I need you guys to take care of the indoor fan relay circuit. Forget this is here. I shouldn't even have drawn it. Okay, it's not there. Don't see that. Okay. Hook that up. Table 3. You're on. Didn't we have a green wire out here, fellas? Didn't we have a green wire out here? There it is, right there. And we got some white wires. We need one more white wire. We got another white wire. Okay, we're looking good. We need one more white wire. Right now we use a gray wire. It might have a white wire. Come on! Come on down! Somebody, come on, we gotta keep the show rolling. What's going on at table 3?
Is this where it's allowed to have a green wire going?
That's the green terminal block. This is all the thermostat right here, fellas, that terminal block.
Okay, so I'm going with the green
So
wire.
you got red, you got yellow, you got green. You see them all outside of the easy to get to.
So I'm going from the green to number 3 on the inside.
So you're coming from the green. What we didn't do is we didn't write it down. That's part of the problem. You missed one letter there, right?
I
So
remember.
green goes where?
The number 3 on the inside fan relay.
Okay, indoor fan.
Indoor fan.
Line
Right
3.
here.
There you go. Watch this. He's an expert. All right, good. Okay, you did from here to here. Okay, next. Let's keep it moving. Go through the coil, out of the coil 1 to where? The common side of the transformer. Now we need to make a common terminal block. Okay, step off the side there for just a second. We need to make a common, a little more so the guys can see. Common terminal block will be right here. So let's put this guy right here. That's our common side of our transformer. You guys with me?
Okay.
That's all the common terminals. You got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 connections you can do in one spot. Right there. All right, ready? Hit it. What color wire do you need? What color wire? White. Very good. Keep doing that, guys. You guys keep going. I'm going to take roll here real quick. Edward. Steven. No Steven?
Look on the indoor fan relay and look for 1.
Scott Garrett. No Scott Garrett? 1, 2 more. Benjamin. We got Daniel, Harmon,
Yep.
Richard, James, Tyler. Gino hasn't been here all week. He's right.
Go to the common on the terminal block.
Jason's here.
Yeah, there you go.
Some of you guys, one more absent, you get dropped, automatic drop, so be careful. Norman, we got Lukey, we got Brent, we got Benito, Simon, Victor, Dexter, Enrique.
I think you got it, Simon.
Joshua.
No, I'm just.
Jason, Anthony, we got you. Santos drop. Okay. What'd you do? Okay, speak up so I can hear you.
Came from the number 1 on the indoor fan relay to the common
Side of
of
the,
the transformer 20.
that's it, exactly what he did. All right. Ready, come on down. What are you gonna do next?
Well, left to right would be the thermostat.
This one here's already done for you. This is already done
That's
for you.
already done.
So
So
the
the
next
next
step is
one-
this
Is from the,
Y terminal, which is yellow wire, right? Which is blue on there, because we didn't have a yellow wire, which is blue on there, but it says Y, right? If you look, step off to the
Oh,
side there,
okay.
step off to the side there for a second. So this blue wire says yellow down here, you see that yellow terminal? So that's yellow for you, okay, you guys good? That's yellow. Hit it.
the yellow terminal. Okay. So from the
So-
yellow terminal,
See the red and the green wire on that terminal block?
Oh, okay,
thermostat?
right
In
above
between
the
that is the blue.
transformer?
They're using blue for yellow.
Right above the transformer? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the one right above the transformer.
okay, come on, the yellow
I know.
terminal.
I wish it would stand off on that side.
I couldn't see what he was talking about on my.
Oh, it's broken.
To the contactor.
Excuse me, let me get around you. Man, we are in luck today, huh? That's broken. You gotta fix some of these broken wires. Okay, so it's coming off yellow and goes into where?
The
Contactor coil.
Yeah, coil.
Okay, now how do you know where a coil is? Let me just hold on to that thought for just a second. Let me grab a part here.
Got one over here.
Okay, look. Okay, you got one in front of you. Look on the underside, and if you peel this tape off, you see a coil of wire. Real fine gauge wire. So if you look in the back, you'll see that taped section. That's where your coil is located. That's your coil. Okay, right there. So now you guys know where the coil's located. Ready?
I'm ready. And since that would be
Go for
coming
it.
to the common side, it would go down here.
Now, does it matter if it goes on the left side or the right-hand side? It really doesn't matter because it doesn't know the difference between its alternating current. So he chose to put it there. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
But if you'd done this too, guess what? It's still okay.
Okay.
Because you're going into the coil and you're going to come out of the coil. I'm going to leave it there for a reason. Okay. All right, so who's next? Come on down, Nick.
Put the lights on.
Got
Hurry, we're running out of time. The lights are on and he's home. You're going to go into the coil, which is what he did. You're going to come out of the coil, and where are you going to go? You're going to come out of the coil, which you are. You're coming out of the coil, and where are you going to? To the common side of the transformer. All right, man. Things are falling in place. Back table. You guys got this part. And we are almost done. Did you guys do what you guys did doing earlier? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, you did? Yeah. You wired that up earlier? Okay, you guys did it? Okay, Fred, you guys table back there. It's not a snake, it won't bite you. Come on down. Hey, is it looking confusing? Not at all. It should. You just look at what? Okay, you ready? It's even color coded for you. Now, hey, if you're colorblind, and I'm not being smart alecky about it or anything like that. If you're colorblind, you can, as long as you can read the letters or you got numbers, you can still troubleshoot. I had a former student who was colorblind as could be. He still became a technician. It was a lot harder for him. He had to focus a lot different. He couldn't see colors, but he could figure terminals, and he could read numbers, and he could read the letters. And so therefore, I mean, he may be using a purple wire in place of a yellow wire on there. It didn't matter to him. He still knew the circuitry. You followed behind and said, well, you put purple wire, should have been a yellow wire. No, I can't see that color. You know, you feel kind of bad, but it's wired. So I don't have a problem. If you're colorblind, just let me know. You're not colorblind, right? Take those sunglasses off. I can see. Over there? All right, let me see. They're polarized. Oh, they're not bad.
Yellow on the terminal strip to the crankcase heater?
Anywhere yellow. It doesn't matter where. It could be right in the middle of that wire. It could be over here. It could be over. It doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
So you could go to the contactor over here, or you could go to the yellow terminal. Now, is there an extra yellow terminal block for you? Yes, sir. There sure is. So that's one way of doing it. Just take it over the top. Take it over the top. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Into what terminal? Oh. Is there a terminal there?
Yeah.
What did you put it on? Read what it says.
The crankcase heater?
Yeah. What terminal?
5.
Oh, it's on 5?
It can't be on 5. Yeah, 5.
No, that's 1 and 3.
It's gotta be 3.
That's 1 and 3.
I was gonna say, it can't be
So
5.
you are on 1. Let me look that real quick.
It's gotta be 3.
Yeah, you're on 1. That's what he did. He done right to there. Okay. Next guy, back row. Who's a volunteer? Benito's got a bad leg, unless he wants to come up. It's down to 2 of you guys back there in that back row.
You got a rolling chair for Uncle Benito?
Oh yeah, we got a rolling chair on. Good idea. Good, thanks, Benjamin. Busted.
Throwing them up
We
on
got you busted. Come on, what do you got? Come on down. What did I tell you? You need to volunteer sooner. The farther you're out, the harder it gets, right? Okay, now, find the crankcase heater relay. That's the crankcase heater relay. Find terminal 1 or 3. That's 3. Right in front of it, right around there. That's 3. Right now, take my word for it. Okay, where does it go? To the common side of the transformer. This is the common side of the transformer. Go ahead and put it up there. Put it in limbo. That's limbo. Where's the transformer? Who did the contactor? The white leg of the contactor. Who did this leg right here? Who did this one right here? Who? Nick, I was talking and I wasn't paying attention to you. This is wrong.
You put it in limbo.
You're in limbo land.
You see what the rest of it.
You're in nowhere land.
I thought it was red.
No.
I thought it was right there.
Step to the side for a second. Okay, look up here, fellas.
Can't see.
This is the common side of the transformer. This whole metal bar is common. This up here is limbo. It's nowhere land. Nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. It just terminates there.
Can you
Okay,
turn
so
that a little bit?
this needs to be moved down to here.
Hey, Mr. Tata, would
Can
you mind
turn it
turning
a little bit? We can't see it over here.
So he had this wire right here. Okay, do you guys see that? He had this going from here to here. Where does this go?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Where does this go?
Back to the
Back
train.
to the transformer. Where do we need to get back to? Back to the transformer. Therefore, we need to use this bus.
Use the same bus.
We need to use that same bus bar right there, that little bus bar terminal block. Okay? All right, you ready? Put it on there. Let's go. Wherever you like. You got a bad finger?
Yeah, cut it off.
Ooh.
Needle nose will be your friend.
Look where he put it. Come on back here. Look where you put it.
What, doesn't it go there?
Look where you put it.
Limbo inside?
It's out in limbo. Where'd it go?
Put it in there? You put it in
Same.
there.
He was right. That's where it goes. Thank you, Victor. I just checked to see if you were on top of it. All right, guys, what did you learn this morning? What did you learn to do today?
How to read a schematic.
Read step by step and read left to right.
How to read a ladder schematic. How to interpret a ladder schematic. How many of you, just quick poll, feel pretty comfortable with what you learned here today about how to read that and how to put it to a live unit? Oh, look around you. Look how many guys raised their hands. Whole bunch of you all of a sudden say, hey man, I got it. Right? It's that simple. Now, okay, what if you're saying to yourself, man, I didn't get it. It didn't sink.
Well, I got confused a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, okay, you got confused a little bit.
The yellow to the crankcase heater, I couldn't see when
It
it
started good, then I lost.
Yellow, crankcase heater, goes here. Now, what you could do, now, what he did was he took this guy right here, and he went directly to the terminal block, or that's to the terminal block. That works okay. Or you can take it directly to the contactor coil. Okay, now, that's how he has this wired, but watch. In other words, yellow is yellow, and what if I move it to there? What if I move it to there? What? What? What did you guys, I heard somebody say something. It's what?
24 volts.
Huh?
Still get 24 volts.
Yeah,
It's still the
Same.
same thing.
Yeah.
All right, now, I need a volunteer. Now, I didn't wire this. So roll Benito up here. Eric, come on down. Where's your safety glasses? That's what happens when you come in late. I save you for the end. He gets to turn the power on. His punishment is he gets to watch the sparks and get electrocuted. Oh, no. Ooh, hey, thank you. So tell them why that light's on.
Because you didn't call for cool?
Because you didn't call for cool. That wouldn't be a good answer. That makes no sense to me.
Well, that's why it's not on.
Huh?
That's why it's not on.
Now, turn around and face these guys now. Now tell them guys why that light's on.
Because
Now, you're the teacher now.
the crankcase heater's still in circuit? We haven't,
Why is it still in the circuit?
because it's still normally closed?
Okay, so sum that up now. These guys need to understand the language. Did you guys get that the way he told you? Did that make sense to you? Okay, no. See, everybody's back real shaking. I didn't get it. So explain it to them. Clean that up. You're on track. You just threw it out there without putting a lot of thought to it,
Yeah.
right? Need some help from your back row, from your guys back there in your group. You studying. That's good.
Yeah, I know why, but I just can't read the words.
So when the customer asks you, so why is that light on? I could tell you, but I can't tell you right now. I'm not being too hard on you, Mayor. Or am I? That's too hard? The bottom line is, fellas, if somebody asks you a question, if you're looking for a job, and they ask you that simple little question, do you need to be able to respond?
Oh, yes.
Or can you give an excuse? I can't think of it right now. But call me next week and maybe I'll come with that.
No.
Okay, Jason, hit it.
Remember says not energizing contactor coil to close the contactors to take the crankcase heater relay out of circuit.
That's not what I said this morning.
I know, it's
Same thing.
I can't say exactly how you say it.
The crankcase heater relay is a normally closed circuit, so since there's no call for cooling right now, that's going to remain open until power is energized to it, and then it'll open, and then you'll be having closed circuit.
Good job, Mike. Get her
That's
done.
it. Jumped in the side window, didn't you? All right, guys. Any other questions? All right, now, okay, let's go one step. Yeah, we're running out of time. You know, I think what I'm gonna do today, guys, is, well, let's finish this up, since we're almost there. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
I'd like to switch to the other class, but I need to get this so we can start working outside. And Monday we'll, now, when you walk in Monday morning, what will you be required to have in your possession?
Safety glasses.
If you do not have in your possession, where will you sit?
Classroom right here.
In the
What are
classroom.
you going to be doing?
Reading.
Your homework. How many want to sit here and read your homework? Okay, you can do that at home. You won't get your labs done, fellas. Remember, when I dismiss you out of the lab, you don't want to sit in here and make this a social hour. Every day that you're wasting time socializing in here, you're eating up your lab time, and that means you won't finish your lab projects. I'll have some handouts for you on Monday. All right. Here we go. Let's start off with the first thing I always like to do when I go out to troubleshoot a unit. I always ask myself this, okay? Now, I'm not up at the unit. I'm in the house. I can't hear this, I can't see it, but I might be able to hear the return air being sucked through the return if I'm close to the return. It should be somewhere close to the return air is where that thermostat should be located. All right, guys? So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to ask myself, if I walk up and I flip that fan switch to the on position, what do I know about my air conditioning unit? Brent, one thing.
If the fan comes on, it has power.
So what kind of power?
Line 44
Okay, we got line voltage to the unit. That's good. Okay, what else do we know? We got 24 volts. Okay, what else do we know? The transformer's good. Okay, what else do we know? Keep going. You're not done yet, huh? The indoor fan motor's good. Therefore, the indoor fan relay's working, right? We can rule. How many things did we knock out there right now that are good?
4 or 5.
And how many guys that don't know this are out spending time troubleshooting a bunch of stuff they don't need? Aren't you wasting time? Why don't we cut to the chase and let's get to what the problem is, okay? So we just slid a whole bunch of stuff out of the way. You're looking pretty sharp right now. What do you think my wife did the other day? She said, when you flip the fan on, did your fan turn on? The homeowner says, no. Your circuit breaker's probably tripped. What did we have? We had a power surge. A lot of people lost their power. Or they tripped their breaker, or maybe their unit tried to start, turn off, and start again, and tripped the circuit breaker. Okay. So she solved their problem. cut me out of a $70 bill. I need some tires for my Camaro, so. All right, let's put this back to the auto position. Did you guys see what happened? When we put it in the on position, we did what? We applied 24 volts. Let's put that on there and let's prove to you. Let's prove something to you. What if I take the 24 volts away from the transformer or away from the relay? I pulled that wire loose.
Yeah, no,
I lost the 24 volts. Am I creating the strong magnetic field in the coil?
No.
That pulls the armature in, that closes the contacts?
No.
But when I touch this back, I create the strong magnetic field, I pull the armature in, I close the contacts, and I complete the circuit to the indoor fan relay. Do you see that up there?
Yep.
Okay, good. Let's put it back in the auto. Better turn on. All right. Now, these are questions I'm going to ask you on your test. So I hope you're paying attention and writing this stuff down, what I'm drilling you with. Because how did I explain how the indoor fan relay works? Daniel?
The indoor fan relay works. When you put it on position, it closes or pulls the
I
contact.
didn't say that. You're warm, but I didn't say that. It does what? We apply how many volts here?
24
What do we create?
magnetic field.
And the magnetic field, it does what?
It pulls
the
it.
armature in. Right? Pulls the armature in. That in turn closes the contacts. That completes the circuit to the indoor fan motor, right? Indoor fan motor is now
Energized.
okay. Let's see if that's true. Again. Wrong switch. That's right, isn't it? Did you hear the story I want to be told? I stopped right there. Let's move to the next part. All right. Where does this take place? I know you can't see me, but it's in the off position, and I'm going to click. I'm going to turn this up first. Here's what I'm asking you. Where does this take place when I take my finger and I move it from the off to the cool? You're going to be watching me. I'm not going to tell you that because that's pretty obvious what I just said. I said it so that you could see it up here without you walking up seeing what I did with my finger. But I'm going to do that, and you're going to be watching me, and I'm not going to say what I'm doing. You're going to see what I'm doing, and you're going to explain. Okay, where did that take place? Can you show me what I did up here by doing that? I'm going to have you come up and mark this for me. Just draw a little line. Complete. Whatever you think I did. I did what?
So what you did was you took the thermostat here and you switched it to cooling. So this armature is gonna come down here. Then this is gonna get pulled in up here.
No. Oh, stop. I only asked you one question. What did I do? Ready? Come up here.
Flip the switch.
Because I want you to see this. Now, you ready? Watch what I'm going to do. You see that? Can you read it?
Yeah.
Show me where I did that. Show me how that affects that.
You did that right here, and then it goes in.
Do it. Because that's what I'm going to ask you. Do it. Show me. I need to know, when he draws that line in there, I'm going to know whether he understood me or he did not.
Okay, so since you closed that right there, that's going to take this and then go down.
No, I only did one thing.
You went from,
Norman, come on down here.
First
Thank
thing
you.
you did,
hey,
Let me raise this still.
that right there.
What color do you want?
He just went from off to cool. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just off to cool. That's it.
yeah.
You tried to make it more complicated, didn't you? Just pay attention to what I'm asking of you and what I'm showing you, okay, guys? If you do that, you'll be fine, all right? Now, okay, I'm gonna turn the power off. Don't worry about that, though. Show me, Enrique. Okay, shh.
Oh, okay.
The lights went on.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, shh. Falling asleep up here. You got? Show me where that takes place up here. Where did I do that? Use the right color. Using on the red right here.
I get there was a time delay in the
So show me what I did there. If I turn the power on right now, what will happen? What will happen, Tyler?
The thermostat's gonna close.
Mark it. Come on, Andre. Mark it.
Right here.
No. Yeah, right there. But now just all you need is a line about a half-inch long.
It's already marked.
That's a remark.
Just right here in the off, you're just moving it like this.
I already did it. We're done with that. He did that.
That's
Who did that?
I did that. Norman did.
Norman did that. That's right. Norman did that. Now you got to do the other part. What's the other part? Oh man. Maybe got to volunteer early. Benito.
When you turn that, moves the bottom one,
Listen to him. Listen to him.
the T thing, the TC, it moves it up. When you turn it, it moves it up and makes contact with the other one.
Mark it. He just
Make a
told
line
you.
right there like that. No, on top. By the yellow, between the yellow and the red.
You don't want to mark it, I'll tell you what's on this section right here.
It's all okay, good on. Man, that was a hard one. That's all right. You tried, right? But now you know.
Kind of little rusty.
Hey, yeah, but
That section.
little rusty. Bucket of rust hanging next to you. Come on, clean that rust up. Polish that thing up, man. Let's get that rust off the bucket and let's get focused. All right. All right. Okay, give you a chance to get rid of that rusty bucket. What? No, forget that now. Okay, let's go to the next level. What's going to happen when I flip the switch on? Brent?
It's gonna energize the armatronic contactor, it's gonna pull it in and start the SD system.
So it's going to start, so it's going to close this? Is that what you're saying? That's it?
It's gonna start the compressor and the CFM.
Okay, that's going to start? Anybody want to add anything else? It's going to open up the crankcase here? Anybody else want to add anything else? Benito?
Was it close IFR?
That's right. So what's going to run? Starting at the top, Victor, you heard everybody, they all gave you their input. Now clean it all up for them. Tell them exactly what's going to happen when I throw that switch on.
The things are gonna close on the top.
The things. Contacts. Yeah, you better not complain about that, because I'll be right here to put the fire out.
The IFR is gonna close, I can see the bottom of the
CCH, oh, we didn't mark it, did we?
CCH church and open.
No.
They're gonna open. We'll just power through cranky.
So that's going to now, so we need to mark everything, right, so that you guys know exactly what's going to happen. So, so Brent said that's going to happen, which starts this and this. And Eric said this is what's going to happen next, which is good. And Kong over here said that that's going to open, and that's going to turn off. So let's see if that is true. Ready? Compressor's running. Indoor fan motor's running. The condenser fan motor's running. And what do we know about the crankcase heater? It's off. Okay, what's going to happen now when my thermostat's satisfied? You hear the term I use? When the thermostat is satisfied. What does that mean to you, Michael?
It means that the inside temperature has reached what you set the thermostat
The
at.
desired setting. The thermostat has now reached the desired setting and no longer requires cooling effect, correct? All right, so let's see what happens. It's satisfied, wasn't it?
Yep.
What happened, Dexter? Talk me through all the things that happened.
Well, when we reach the desired temperature, the contactors for the compressor opened.
Because I
Open that circuit.
Open the CC.
de-energize the compressor contactor,
Okay, what else? Which caused this to?
open those contactors and shut off the compressor and the compressor
Okay, now
fan
we gotta
also.
catch this.
And it de-energizes the contactor. I mean,
Yeah. De-energize the
Yeah,
crankcase
yeah.
heater relay,
relay
which caused it to
close, which turns on the heater for
turns on the heater, which is on. Okay, keep going. What else? So we got 1, 2. What else happened to it?
and it shuts off the indoor fan motor.
Okay, we de-energized it.
De-energizes it.
And we did what?
We de-energized the indoor fan relay, which opened the indoor fan relay. And it turned, de-energized the indoor fan motor.
You guys see how I want it? You guys getting the gist of it? Why do you need to know it that way? That's the way it is. That's how it works. And if you don't understand how it works, how do you repair it? You can't. Or your parts change. You change parts until you fix it. And I've seen guys like that many, many a times in this business, okay? So, all right. Next week, okay, I'm done with the electrical for today.